Welcome back to the BeBall Jones podcast. We are tackling the impossible task this season, this series, this arc of talking about defense. It ain't the sexiest piece of the game that people love to talk about. So that's what makes it so impossible to talk about. But just so you guys know why it's so sexy to us, because this is the two-time DPOY and current overseas hooper, Nelson. And I'm the lifetime DTOY, Defensive Trainer of the Year, and B-Wall Jones. So in this episode, we are going to whittle down and figure out who are the top 10 defensive wings of all time, man. It's crazy to think about, man, but we have to figure out the top 10 of all time. Last two episodes, we went over the bigs, figured out who that was, crowned our champion there. So today we're going to the wings. So Nelson, talk to me about what went into your thought process in deciding who's going to be in the top 10, like who's obviously in the top 10, who was friends. What were your thought process about this? Because we don't have as many DPOIs in this list. So what was your deciding factors for this one?
My main thing was, well, number one, all defensive teams. But more so than all defensive teams, I think about, for wings, I think about who was you having to guard. You know what I mean? There's always been good wings in the league, but obviously in the past it was a big man's game. And then now like as time goes on, it's all about the wings. You need a great wing scorer. And therefore, if you don't have a great wing scorer, you need a great wing defender. Even if you do, you still need one, just so you don't have to have your best scorer on their best scorer all the time. So you need that great defender. And so I think about, like, okay, how do we think about this guy? Do we think about this guy as somebody who could lock somebody up? Do we think about you having to go against somebody in the finals or in the playoffs and really having to guard, really having to hold your own against this guy? So that's one of the main things I think about when I get here, because I'm like, okay, do we remember you having tough matchups or tough players to guard, stuff like that? And so I think that helps a lot in your case, because then that gives us something to point to, like, yeah, remember he did have to guard so and so, he did lock so and so. You know what I mean? That take you almost just as far as the all defensive teams, because now we have something tangible, like, man, that guy, I saw him do this. It's not just awards or whatever. Like, I saw him in the biggest moment, whatever, when the lights was bright, whatever the case you want to say. He held his own against another great player or a great scorer. So I think those are the main things I really look at.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest one is of course respect to the DPOI, because we do have some on this list.
Yeah,
but like you said, the biggest thing is going to be matchups and what you were able to do. I think another key piece here is the versatility, because I think this is the position who's allowed to be the most versatile, and it's not just defending multiple positions, but I think on ball and off ball means a little bit different as the wing. So if we're going against the Steve Nash Suns, I'm not going to be defending Nash a whole lot. I might not be, but when it comes to attacking and helping off of that, what do I look like in that position? You know what I mean? So that helps a lot, because, okay, if we're playing Jokic, I'm not guarding Jokic, but what is my effect and impact off the ball when it comes to doubling and helping down and all that stuff? So I think for the wings, I think I look at the versatility of what they provide as another key piece of this, because yeah, you locking up your matchup, you're doing great with that, but like, what if your matchup isn't your position? How versatile are you? So looking at that a little bit with the wings, man. So anything else want to get into before we start running off this list?
Brother, let's get into it. I'm ready.
All right, let the fun begin. So I want to begin with a interesting honorable mention. So we got to get the honorable mentions out the way first.
Okay.
First one I got up is a probably a surprise to some people, man, but I'm gonna go Josh Smith.
Big Smooth. Shout out Smooth.
Jay Smooth, man. For those who don't know, they're like, who? Josh Smith. Josh Smith. This is tangible why I gotta put Josh Smith here. This man is 31st all time in blocks. 31, like 31. And for
Top
y'all,
50?
top 50. You feel me? And guess who he's behind? It's your boy.
Giannis?
Mm-mm. Rudy Gobert.
My boy. Rudy Gobert is 30?
I was shocked too.
That's a lot. I thought he would for sure be higher than 30, but talking about my boy Rudy Gobert, my boy, man. I just feel I just be defending him, man. Y'all be disrespecting us.
But yeah,
But nah,
man.
that's
So
crazy.
yeah, Josh Smith is 31st all time blocks. And that was like the thing that made him special on defense, just because he was a 6'9" wing. He was super athletic and stuff, but like when it came to shot blocking, oh my goodness, bro. Like he was starting fast breaks with his blocks. He's smacking the joint like LeBron's chase down blocks. Josh coming to that left hand, smacking them boys off the backboard. It's like, oh my goodness. You see
He
him
had some
smack it.
crazy plays.
Like I might throw a couple highlight clips right here just for the sake of y'all getting it. But boy,
For sure.
that boy was a self fast break starter off of defense, bro. Like he was smacking them boys.
I was a big fan of him back in the day in the Atlanta days, man. He was cold, bro. You just had to be there, bro. He was cold.
Yeah, so
Like
I had to throw him on the list, bro, because he was that special, bro. Like we ain't talking about offense yet. Like just offense, just leave that at the side. He was good steals, man, too. He was super long, bro. He was 6'9", long. I think he probably had like a 7'2" wingspan, probably more. That's probably undersizing him.
super athletic.
Stupid athletic, dog. Like Josh in today's game, who would be like the
Cold.
modern day comp of him? Who would you think like the closest
Better
thing to
than
him?
John Collins. And John Collins was an all-star, I want to say once.
I think Josh was 1 or 2-time All-Star. I know he's an All-Star. I don't know if it was
in
twice.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think Josh in today's game could be kind of like he would shoot more too though, but
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know, bro. He would be hard though. Like Paolo Banchero, he could be kind of like Paolo, having a little more free reign, handle the ball, stuff like that. He kind of be like Paolo right now. Paolo leading the team. Now I think Paolo might still be better, but I think he could get you similar production. A poor man's Paolo Banchero.
I ain't mad at that one. I like John Collins too because he did play like the second fiddle or third role with the Hawks teams. So
Right.
that's a good fit.
Josh Smith, one of them guys. It's a couple guys in NBA history that like don't really get talked about a lot, but I put them in this category. If I was to show somebody who didn't know nothing about basketball, they highlights, they would think they were one of the best players in the game. He is one of them guys. If you ain't know nothing about nothing in basketball, and I said, hey, bro, this is the best player in the league right now, and I threw on some Josh Smith highlights, you'd be like, yeah, I see. Josh Smith, J.R. Smith, he another one of them guys. Like the Kobe's and the Bryans, like they obviously gonna have crazy highlights because they are some of the best. But them guys that's like they was just good in their time. Like we remember like he probably like a 1-2 all-star kind of guy, something like that. But if I was to put their highlights on, you'd be like, yo, this is probably one of the best players in the NBA right now. He's not. He's just crazy like that. Zach LaVine kind of like that, you know. Like, but Josh, he was before his time for sure. For sure, was before his time.
I think I give him a little bit of Julius Randle, a little bit of that. Like if Julius was more athletic, that would be Josh because he offensively, Julius got a little bit more, not a whole lot more, but a little bit more to him. He's probably a little bit better shooter than Josh. That's probably really it. I think Josh got a better handle.
But if Josh played today, he probably would be a better shooter or be shooting more at least. So it just, I like Julius Randle. Julius Randle, Paolo Banchero, he'd be in that mix of who was better.
Yeah. So shout out to Josh, man. We show him some love, man. But next on this list, I'm interested in how you feel about this, man. Larry Bird.
Man, I had Bird fringe sliding into the top 10, honestly, but it's debatable. We can talk about it more later, but Bird definitely deserves to be mentioned for sure.
Yeah, so I think the Bird deserves to be on there, man. I think most people kind of look at him and be like Larry Bird, but like, nah, he was one of them dudes because he's just so smart, bro. Bird is a freaking genius, dude. So I'm gonna leave him. I ain't gonna talk too heavy about him right now, but shout out to Bird. He's honorable mention for now, but he could sneak up on a higher uh spot for now. All right, you are creeping into like the tough parts of like trying to figure out who top 10. So let's go. Man,
Can I throw a guy in there? So I'm gonna throw in honorable mention Lou Dort, and
okay.
yeah, he gonna be the first guy I throw in that's current because, bro, when I tell you when Lou Dort had to guard James Harden, if you remember, Lou Dort wasn't always in OKC. Where was he at? I can't even remember. What was he at before OKC? Let me see.
He was in Houston.
He was in Houston.
Oh my bad, that's a Canadian team. My fault. I saw a red jersey. No, he's been OKC his whole career.
Okay, so when a couple years ago, OKC played. I don't even remember. James Harden had to been on the Rockets because I don't
He's
think this
been
is
with
Clippers time yet.
OKC since
He got
2019-2020 season.
no, so then he had to been on the Clippers.
It was either Clippers or Brooklyn.
Nah, this was during the playoffs, and I remember he had to guard
Oh,
James Harden. He was a baby
mm.
though. He was a baby, like it was young Lou Dort. Everybody knew he was a defensive guy, but he had to guard James Harden in the playoffs. And boy, when I tell you, I was rooting for Lou. As much as I like James Harden, I was rooting for Lou because he was a baby. Like he was, I want to say this was like his second year or third year. Nobody really knew Lou Dort like that. And he was locking James up here and there, but then the refs will bail James out with fouls sometimes. And then it came down to that last possession. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think Lou fell for a pump fake or like gambled or something and messed around and like let James get open and got like a real clutch bucket and like pushed it out of reach or something like that. And I was like, Lou, no, Lou, we was all rooting for you. I don't remember that joint vividly, but he was like, bro, there was a couple plays in a row he had locked James Harden up, and I was quite enjoying the battle. And that was the first time I really remember Lou Dort, or like, I first started being aware of who he was. And then, now he's turned into a first team all defensive guy, with the Thunder, and he's one of those key guys that's like the Thunder best defense in the league right now. Hey, he's one of those key guys. Like Lou gonna put clamps on people. Him, SGA, and Jalen Williams and Alex Caruso are all top tier defenders. But I feel like Lou is that guy that's like he really set the tone. Like he bumping people, chesting them up, like fighting through screens. He a true 3-and-D guy. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's embraced that role. So man, I think in the future he could be one of them guys. We look at like a Tony Allen, like
Mm-hmm.
Avery Bradley, guys like that. I feel like he got a chance to be in those combos later on in life. But right now, he's still, like you just said, he drafted 2019. He finna go into his 6th year in the league. He got plenty of time,
Yeah.
but a dog to say the least. So I want to throw him in honorable mention because right now he's too young in the game, obviously, to be in that top 10. But honorable mention Lou Dort, man. I'm rooting for you, Lou. You made a fan out of me that day when you had to guard James Harden. You made a fan out of me for sure.
Yeah, I ain't mad about that, man. It's still early, like you said, to really throw him in the top 10, but he's on a trajectory of being mentioned this. So we may have to visit this like in maybe 3 years and be like, hey, we had Lou as an honorable mention, man, but he took out a couple of these people. I think he could. especially if the NBA starts being more friendly towards non-bigs, he could be a DPOY contender. So
Yeah, for sure. For sure could.
yeah, I ain't mad about Lou, man. Um, dang, man. All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw. Speaking of Lou's, I'm gonna throw out Luol Deng, man.
Shout out Lou.
This was a tough one because Lou's not as popular, not as known, but and especially then with the injury history he had, he couldn't really be top tier that long. But when Lou was healthy and he was doing his damage, one of the top defenders at the wing position. Like Kobe was like, dang, Luol, dang, I gotta deal with him. So Luol, he wasn't like the biggest, flashiest name. It's kind of like the Josh Smith type of guy who like you gotta know him to like if you know, you know. But Lou
If you
was a
know, you
very
know.
smart defender. He got busy a couple years in Chicago where he was like the guy. It was like a time when D Rose was hurt and Jimmy when I don't remember if Jimmy was hurt or if he wasn't Jimmy yet. One of the pockets, he pulled a string together. It was like, dang, Luol Deng's carrying the Bulls, bro. Like, Luol doing that's Luol Deng. So
Lou
shout out
Dang,
Lou, man.
Joakim Noah.
Yeah, it was man, them Bulls teams, they were fun to watch, bro. Like,
You know, they put that Bulls team on in 2K as a classic team. Like 2011,
hmm,
when D Rose won the MVP, it was D Rose, Jimmy Butler, Lou Dang, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah. They a
okay.
classic team on 2K now, and as a guy who was around for that, I appreciate that. I
I,
appreciate that. It's crazy to think about like some of them teams we watched. Like now
mm,
they're getting classified as classic teams because you know when you think about classic teams, you think about the old Bird Celtics and the Lakers, Magic Lakers, Jordan Bulls. You know maybe some 2010 Shaq and Kobe Lakers, all that because you know that's 20 plus years ago now. But that
mm.
2011 team, that's almost 15 years ago. So it's like you qualified.
That's
We
crazy to
getting
think about,
old.
bro.
We
Man.
are getting old, brother. So yeah, they a classic team on 2K now. Now I for one appreciate it. So shout out to them because they got a lot of guys that are like not superstars, minus D Rose, but very underrated. You know what I mean? They were all
Yeah.
underrated, really good players. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Jimmy Butler was young. Nobody really knew what he was going to be yet. Lou Dang was a really solid player, like you just mentioned, could give you what you needed. Carlos Boozer was on the back end of his career, but really good still. Solid piece. Joakim Noah, one of the best defensive players in the game at the time. Just very underrated players on the same team that made them a really good team, all surrounding D Rose, who was obviously an MVP. So shout out to that Bulls team. A lot of good players on those lists. I want to say we threw Carlos Boozer in. Did we mention Carlos Boozer as a honorable mention? Nah, I don't think we did. Nah, never mind. But we threw Joakim Noah in there for sure.
yeah, yeah.
So now you got Joakim Noah, we got Lou Dang, honorable mention, and Jimmy Butler still got a chance to be mentioned in here today. So we'll see. But
Yeah, he ain't too far removed from this list. You know, he definitely gonna be mentioned. So it's just where we ranking him.
all right,
Spoiler
so now you
alert, in
got three.
case anybody.
All right, so now you got three guys that's with a chance to be in there from their team. But I want to throw another guy in there, honorable mention, and
hmm
I don't have a lot of honorable mentions. Just another guy I'm gonna throw out there. I'm gonna throw out Mikal Bridges. I think
Okay.
Mikal Bridges is going to be another guy. Long, lanky, athletic, quick on his feet, good laterally. He's another guy I feel like is going to have a really good chance of being a great defender, known as a great defender. He's a great defender right now, but he has a really good chance of being known as a great defender, especially on those New York Knicks teams because they don't have no defenders. He's the defender. They got OG Anunoby. Let me throw that out there too also. And OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are the defenders on that team because Jalen Brunson is little. Josh Hart solid, but also little. He's a solid defender, though, wing defender also. But I feel like Mikal Bridges and OG are in those roles that's like, all right, we the ones who have to guard. Because JB is our scorer. They can score also, but like one of us got to take the best player.
Yeah.
And Mikal is built for it, like physically. So I think Mikal Bridges is also another one of those guys. And I think he got not first team, but he has an all defensive team as well, if I'm not mistaken. Honorable mention Mikal Bridges, who I think will also be considered a really good defender in the future.
Okay.
As
Ain't
you can
mad
tell,
about
I
that
wanted
either.
to. As you can tell, I wanted to throw out some of the current guys that I feel like are good defenders right now.
Yeah, I ain't mad about it, man. So I'm getting to nitty gritty of this. I'm trying to fight between certain people. So let me ask you this. You said a
Yeah.
very important piece is all defensive teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we know you don't always get the best when you look at when we look back at history. You look at certain players and it's like, man, Kobe should have had another MVP or two. Tim Duncan should have had a DPO. Wow, you look at stuff like that, right?
Right.
This next person I'm about to mention, great player. Like we know when we think about him, great player. We know he's a great defender. We know this,
Mm-hmm.
but no defensive teams. All right, Sean Marion, the Matrix.
I also have Sean Marion here. We on the same page.
Because like thinking about it, it's like Sean Marion, yeah, he probably about top 10, maybe 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. Then I started looking up, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have any defensive teams. So looking at the stats, he's 21st all time in steals and 62nd in blocks. So I was like, okay, something about this ain't right though. Cause how are you this high as a wing? Mind you, this man ain't a 5. He's a small ball 4, but he's really a 3. Like traditionally,
He's a forward.
he's a 3-4. Like he's really a forward, like you said. So for him to be, what I say, 21st in steals and 62nd in blocks means he's getting it done in multiple ways. That's the versatility I was talking about earlier. So for him
Right.
to not have any defensive teams feels kind of weird to me. So it felt weird, but for right now, I think I feel very confident putting him at honorable mention, close to that, 12, 13 spot. So Matrix, man, you was a wonder, man, especially your jumper. But golly, man, it feel weird not having him in the top 10. So Matrix is outside looking in, man. How you feel about Sean Marion, man?
Yeah, man, I'm on the same page with you. He's we got respect because we saw it, but he was for sure one of them guys at his time. I don't know, man, but it could have been a how many games did he play type of thing. It could have been like I'm not really sure. Like off the top of my head, I can't think of like Sean Marion's best years. But you don't get a name like the Matrix without doing some of everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we remember him being a great defender. Did eventually become an NBA champion. So, he played an important role on that team as well. But yeah, man, shout out Sean Marion, man. I feel like just off name alone, you deserve it. You don't have the accolades, but we saw it with our own eyes, and that's something. You know what I mean? That like I
Mm-hmm.
said, man, sometimes it take that like I remember what you did.
Yeah.
Because you're not always gonna have the accolades we think you deserve, especially when it comes to defense. Especially when it comes to defense. Because it's just one of them things that don't always get recognized. Like, we're not talking guards today, but like Tony Allen got one all defensive team. And we would feel like Tony Allen, one of the best wing defenders you'll ever find. One of the best, guard defenders. And he got one all defensive team. But we remember
Mm-hmm.
Tony Allen. So that's part of it, man. Defense don't always get recognized like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes it just takes me seeing it with my own eyes, remembering what you did to really get recognized. Because like, hey, we go back to that Pat Bell quote all the time. You say Dane had an off night when I play good defense, and then but if he would have got off, you would have said he killed me. I don't get the
Mm-hmm.
recognition either way. So sometimes it be that way on defense. So I hate
Yeah.
it. I hate it got to be that way sometimes, but that's how it is. But shout out Sean Marion, man. I also had him in here honorable mention. Uh, and then my last honorable mention, and then I don't know how many you got left. My last honorable mention, I'm gonna throw out Tayshaun Prince
Oh, I forgot
from.
about Prince. But yeah.
I'm gonna throw out Tay Prince from the old Pistons team. Got him a championship, built solely on defense. Uh, Tayshaun Prince was just super long, super lanky, fast, athletic. He got 4 all defensive teams. Um, and not many guys can say they won a championship on a team built on defense. You know what I mean? So, but he was a big part of that when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to their team and their chemistry they had, the way they played. 4 all defensive teams. Could probably be higher if he had more years, more good years, but that's okay. Shout out to Tayshaun Prince, honorable mention. Also
Yeah.
played next to
My
Ben
bad.
Wallace, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Like this gonna be a common thing if y'all ain't noticed. You're gonna see a couple people who had some playing time together. Like we saw Dang and Joakim Noah shared the court together. They had some years together. We just saw Big Ben and Tayshaun Prince now. They shared the court together. So don't be surprised when you see some teammates on here together, man, because it's a sneaky piece of like it's hard to be a great defender alone just like that. And if you are,
Thanks.
that kind of makes you more credible of being like, oh, they're a solid defensive team. Then you look at it, it's really them being a focal point of it. So, like you said, shout out to T Prince, man. He's the reason why you heard that stuff about Reggie Miller when he knew it was time for him to retire.
Mm-mm.
See, he was like, dang, he like Reggie caught the ball and he was coming down for a fast break. He going down for a layup. Next thing he know, he see Tayshaun Prince. He just coming. Boom. Pin him off the glass. And he was like, where you came from, bro?
You can't.
It's probably time for me to hang it up now, man. We got a young fella out here just smacking me off the glass like that.
Got a deer out here running. I'm getting old, man. I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, so that's funny, man. Shout out to Tayshaun Prince making history, man, making one of the greatest shooters of all time retire. So, wherever you get a banner at, man, add that on there. Like I made Reggie Miller retire. So,
That's something. That's not nothing.
yeah.
That's
So,
not nothing.
all right. So I got last honorable mention. That's kind of tough. We start getting to it. So I got 2 people right here that's fighting in my mind outside looking in.
Okay.
So first is Shane Battier.
Shane Battier.
He's a guy
Trash
who
Shane Battier.
I could see him sneaking in at 10, but the people I got ahead of him that I feel more confident in are keeping him out. So Shane Battier is outside looking in for me. Next person, one of the coldest nicknames in basketball history, AK-47, Andre
Andre
Kirilenko.
Kirilenko.
Yeah, man. So both of them right now outside looking in, fighting in the top 10. Am I wrong for keeping them out the top 10?
No, I'm glad you mentioned them. They deserve
Mm-hmm.
to be mentioned. I don't think you're wrong though, because I don't have them in my top 10.
Okay.
But we could get to talking and see who may or may not deserve to be top 10 now, and then we can circle back always.
All right. So now let's get into the actual nitty gritty of top 10. So I got one person that needs to get out this list of the top 10. All right.
All right.
So now we get into more of the tiers of where I have people. It's not necessarily a lockdown. This is where I have them, but you're in this range. And it's 2 current players. All right.
Okay.
So first name, Jimmy Butler.
Cool.
Second name, Paul George.
Paul George. I'm not gonna lie. I have both them guys a little higher than 9 and 10.
The reason why is because this is me having it range once again because I think my top five is my top five. Then I got 6, 7, 8, and 9 jumbled up. And then I have these two as 10 and 11. But it can really be changed. Some of this is going to be respective history for two of them because I wasn't as privy to their game. So this is all negotiable right here. But for right now, these two, one of these two for sure are in the top 10. Should one of them be knocked out?
Jimmy Butler and Paul George?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no because I have both of them higher. Like I don't know who you have higher than Jimmy Butler and Paul George. Jimmy Butler can be 10, 9 or 10, honestly.
Okay.
But Paul George is higher, in my opinion, because the indie days, people forget, the indie days, Paul George was a defender. And he developed into a superstar. But for those who don't know, it was Danny Granger's team before he got hurt. Danny Granger goes down. They kind of turned to Paul George, and then it became Paul's team. And then that's when we get to Paul that we know. But before then, Paul was like a lock you up. Like he was built for defense, kind of like built similar to like Mikal Bridges, not as long as arms, but he had a strong body, about 6'8", 6'9". All that good stuff. Can move well laterally. Paul George also got 4 all defensive teams. That's more than a lot of guys we've already mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And now we think of him so much as a scorer that people don't really remember like that. But yeah, man, give me Paul George, bro. Paul George higher. I'm interested to see who you have higher than him right here. But yeah, give me Jimmy can be 10, but Paul got to be a little bit more. I don't know. We had to discuss.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I know somebody looking at Paul George. It's like, relax, bro. Relax. Like,
relax, bro.
This ain't. I'm not trying to say Paul George should not be in it, but it's like this is my tiers. So, like I said, I have. He could go anywhere from 5 to. It's tough. 5 to like 8, 9, 10, really. All right, so let's have a discussion. So I'm interested to see what you feel about this. Okay, let's kind of get this elephant out the room for me personally. So, of this list, we have the OG of DPOIs. The first person to ever win Defensive Player of the Year was the gentleman named Sidney Moncrief.
Sidney Moncrief.
We also have an OG and Michael Cooper. He's a DPOI. Where should they fall in this list? Because obviously going through this list, they're not top of mind for me personally. But then doing the research, looking through history, it's like, oh, we have a 2-time DPOI and another DPOI. So I don't know how we can have a 2-time DPOI not in the top. It's tough for me to not say top 5, man. Like, it's tough. But from what I've seen and what I know, it's tough to have him in there. So how do you feel?
So Sidney Moncrief and Michael Cooper are guards. So unless you're just using them as an example.
I've known Michael Cooper to be more of a wing.
I mean, yeah, because Magic, Byron Scott was probably the 1, 2, and he could be considered 3. I've always thought of Michael Cooper as a 2, but Sidney Moncrief was a point guard.
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Let's see, Sidney Moncrief. He is a guard. Boy, what am I smoking on?
Yeah, and I thought of Cooper as a guard as well. But, okay. I mean, he could be considered a 4 because at times he did probably play 4 with Magic and Byron. Give me a second. I'm going to cut this light on. But Yeah, for sure. Not Sidney Moncrief. I would not throw him in there.
All right, so we're taking out Sid with this conversation. So that makes my okay. Now I have a solidified top 10. So now it's just
Okay.
shifting who goes where. All right, so let me double check Mark Cooper. Mikael Cooper.
Mikael Vick.
So it has him as a shooting guard, but I always thought him as because he like 6'7", so I was like, okay, he played 3.
That's what I said. He probably did because Magic and Byron Scott was point guard, shooting guard for a while, and he probably was considered the 3 because Byron's smaller. But there was times he definitely played shooting guard. So
All
I
right,
mean, it's up
so
to you if you want to throw him in or not. But I thought of him as a shooting guard.
okay, so I'll bump him to the 2. All right, so negate what I said earlier, people. Dang, okay, so that makes the top 10 more interesting now. So now I have a bigger fight for who's going to be in the top 10. So now, who do you have? Okay, let me see what you got. Who do you have like in terms of being in that like 8, 9, 10 spot?
um. So at number 10, I got Andre Iguodala.
He's one of the people who could, because I'm trying not to be biased because I really like Iggy in terms of his defense.
Yeah.
So he's like, once again, in the range of like 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right. But for me personally, I threw him 10. I feel like, his finals MVP, whether you feel like he deserved it or not, was for guarding LeBron James. And that's a tall task in itself. And
Mhm.
also, if I can get back to, because I got Michael Cooper stuff on my stuff now. uh, how many all defensive teams did Iggy have?
2. Yeah, he got 2. He got one first team, one second team.
Right. So that's something that's obviously something because
Mm-hmm.
it's not many forwards with a lot of all defensive teams, if you haven't noticed. But one
Yeah.
first team, one second team, got a finals MVP while playing for his defense in the finals. Yeah, man, give me Iggy at 10. I think he deserved to be top 10. But just barely. Just barely. You want
Okay,
me to
I
give
ain't
you
mad about
9?
that. Yeah, give me a 9.
And then at 9, I threw in Dr. J. And Dr. J was one of them guys similar to kind of like who we talked about with Bill Russell. We really don't know where he deserves to be, in all honesty. But the stats tells us he for sure should be top 10. That's what the stats say, at least. Because he's 53rd in blocks. He has I just had it. He don't have a lot of defensive teams because they weren't counting them at the time. But his averages are very good. Where was he in in steals? I had that before. Also, Andre Iguodala, number 22 in steals. Meant to throw that out there as well. Dr. J is top 10 in steals with NBA and ABA combined. Because, he played his first couple years in the ABA before the NBA. And he's top 10 in steals. So he's
He's
number
number 4
9.
in ABA in blocks.
See? So, yeah, I think he deserves to be here. It's hard for me to really see where he deserves to be because he don't have the all defensive teams. So, but in his time, he clearly is one of the better defenders.
And he's 53rd all time NBA.
He's 24th with NBA and ABA combined in blocks. So he
Yeah.
probably deserves to be higher, honestly. You top 25 and top 10 in steals and blocks. I don't know how much, it's hard to judge with the ABA. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about the ABA, just being real. But You top 25 in blocks and top 10 in steals. He probably deserved to be higher. I just don't know as much as I would like to know about Dr. J. I just feel like he deserves to be in there. I threw him 9, just above Iggy. It's going to be some other guys in here that I've obviously seen play or know more about what they did that I feel like should be higher. I got another guy in here in a similar situation, but yeah, I threw Dr. J number 9.
I think I have to agree with you, man. It sucks, like you said, it sucks because we just didn't see Dr. J, but I wish we could put more respect on his name and his legacy and what he meant. But like it's like you said, defense is one of them things that you have to see to fully grasp how great they were.
Right.
And we ain't seen him hoop like that, you know. But from what we seen, he was kind of like a who would be a good example of what he was, from what I can tell. Somewhat of like a Josh Smith. I see him with the blocks and like steals and everything, like the statistically being like that.
Uber
But
athletic
it's
for his time.
yeah. But as far as like send down guarding, I didn't see too much of that. And it's like you don't get highlights of that as much unless you're like a Lou Dort. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad about that. I can definitely get with Dr. J being at 9 and Iggy being at 10. Cause like I didn't want to say Iggy because like I have a slight bias of Iggy and how he is on defense. So um I had him a little bit higher just because it's my bias towards him. I'll be real with y'all. So I'm not mad about Iggy being 10. I think he's definitely top 10. Like I can't see Andre Kirilenko taking his spot or like a Shane Battier or a Sean Marion. So
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, I
I
think
can get with
people will
that.
argue Bird should be above some of these guys. Bird got 3 all defensive teams, but I think Bird is a great defender. Don't get me wrong, but I also think Bird benefited from his time quite a bit. The slower paced basketball and stuff, half court sets, all that good stuff. I think Bird was very smart, and he benefited a lot from the time. But Bird, I'm glad you meant, like you said, we mentioned Bird. He could probably fight to be 10, 9, somewhere in there also. And there's going to be some guys, I already know it's going to be some guys be like, you think Andre Iguodala better defender than Larry Bird? Unfortunately, yes. Sorry. If I had to pick one to guard my best player, I'm picking Iggy. And that's not just because Larry is the better scorer, but if I had to just pick one to play defense, I'm taking Iggy. And that's kind of what I put into a lot of these decisions as well. So,
Yeah. I think
so
I
did
think
you?
Bird was better off the ball than he was on ball
Yeah, he was smart.
because
He was smart.
yeah.
That's part of it.
So that's what kind of hurts him in conversations like this. Because like I said earlier, the versatility helps a lot. Because I can trust Iggy to be on ball and off ball. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's really not too much you can't ask from him. So like, hey, go guard LeBron for the finals. Okay, cool. All right, now we're gonna stick Draymond on him, but he should be off ball, like do your thing there. Okay, cool. Versus Bird, go guard LeBron for the finals. Ugh. Guard him off ball, do your thing on the team. All right, cool. You know what I mean? So that's the conversation of where we're like, it hurts Bird in that conversation. Like, so like that's where the conversation comes up again. Yes, he's had 3 different teams, but they're all second team. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of like a tough thing. So I can take him over Luol Deng. I can take him over Sean Marion. Starts the conversation like, is he better or not? But
Mm-hmm.
once again, it hurts not seeing him with our own 2 eyes as much to know like, oh, he was locking up. Yes, Dr. J was older, but he was locking Dr. J up. There was a couple times where Dr. J couldn't get a bucket off on Bird, or he was locking up
Mm-hmm.
Cooper, or he was locking up Magic in these
It'd be
possessions.
nice.
Like we didn't see him do that much. So for right now, from what we know, we can come back and be like, hey, we was 100% wrong. OG's put us on game. He showed us like Bird was locking up these people, and we can bump higher. But for what we know right now, pardon our ignorance, Bird outside looking in. So
Mm.
I'm with you on that, man. So we're looking at 10 being Iggy, 9 being Dr. J.
Right.
All right,
Uh,
I get with that.
all right. So then at number 8, I'm going to put at number 8, I put Paul George. Is how we feeling about Paul? I'm sorry, actually. At number 8, I put Jimmy Butler. I put Paul George above Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I'm finna say yeah, I'm with that. Okay.
I put my list kind of jumbled up because like I kind of just put names in order of like, okay, this guy gonna be. It's not really in the top 10. It's more so like he gonna be around this area because I know we're gonna
Yep,
discuss
that's how mine is.
it. But yeah, give me Jimmy Butler at 8. Um, I feel like despite not having the awards, because we all know how Jimmy is when it comes to regular season, he only got one all defensive team. Jimmy has had this thing about him where like in the regular season we feel like he's kind of just like pacing himself in a way to get to the playoffs. Then he kind of turns it up, and that hurts him in the awards category. Like I hate that. I wish he didn't do that honestly, but I understand it. You know what I mean? But when he gets to them playoffs and he turns it on, he just got that dog in him. Like there's really like no better way to explain Jimmy Butler. He got that dog in him because he taking the matchups. He's playing. He's putting his body on the line. He's going all out. He taking the number one guy at his position, whoever he got to play against. I remember seeing him guard LeBron. Like Braun kind of took advantage. Like, all right, man, give me this Duncan Robinson pick and roll. You know what I mean? And that sucks, but Jimmy does not back down from a challenge ever, and I love that about Jimmy. So I'm all on it.
Mhm.
Give me Jimmy Butler at 8.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that because I think like we said before, we're taking the primes of these people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just all about career, but the primes, like the top tier, what we saw from 'em and what they produced. I think like the top tier of Paul George, when he, like you said, when he's going, he's in his defensive bag, he's doing what he does. It's better than Jimmy Butler. Um, like I said, could possibly sneak up. I could possibly sneak up PG a little bit higher than who we have 6, or who I have 6 at least.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that kind of hurts him is he only has 2 first teams and 2 second teams, which saying Paul George does. So
Yeah.
everybody above, well, not everybody, but well, the people I have above him in this rank or this tier system is like they have more. So that's the big thing that hurts
Mm.
him. So I ain't mad about PG doing that. But we're saying prime, what we saw from locking up, I ain't mad about that. So I think Paul George is a little more versatile because he's taller, and then like you said, Jimmy,
Taller, more
picking
athletic.
his spot. Yeah, and Jimmy picking his spots kind of hurts him and being like, nah, do I see him winning DPOY? No, but he probably could have snuck in and got a first team if he played a full season at that tier, So a couple of them second teams probably bumped into a first team, or he gets some more second teams. So yeah, I ain't mad about that, man. I think I'm gonna fall on the sword for this one, man. I got LeBron at 6.
Okay. Ron at 6. Got the same amount of all defensive teams as Paul George.
He does.
Uh,
I thought he had 5 first team
4.
and 1 second team. He got 4. Double check that. Let's see.
Oh, you got 6. I apologize.
Yeah, okay. I thought I was tripping. Yeah, he got 6 total, 5 first team and 1 second team.
Uh, so this is another one. I want to throw in. And I should have said it earlier. How you feel about John Havlicek? Because hold on, let me get it in front of me. Which is something I never thought I would say. Because John Havlicek got 8 all defensive teams. 8 of them. 4 first team, 4 second team. So John Havlicek took a couple of Dr. J all defensive teams because that was all in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But he got 5 all first teams and 3 second teams. So my question to you is, if we've got Dr. J in there, do we have to throw John Havlicek in there? Because honestly, I was going to throw him right here. Because I'm like, 8 all defensive teams, that's more than most everybody on the list.
Mm-hmm.
But do we think of John Havlicek as a great defender? Because I feel like people don't even people like old head basketball guys talk about Larry Bird more than John Havlicek being a great defender. And John played with Bill Russell. So that's part of it, I'm assuming. But
I think Kuzi gets more respect to being a defender than Havlicek.
Yeah, so many guys we bring up, even when we talk about Celtics, we name so many guys before we say John Havlicek. So then I look back like, do we really think of John Havlicek as a great defender like that? Because he got 8 all defensive teams. That's more than Bron.
Mm-hmm.
Different players, different times. I get it. But it's just one of the things like, okay, how much respect do we really put on this? Because Tony Allen got 1. Tony Allen ain't on this list because he a guard. But Tony Allen only got 1. If I got to pick one guy to guard my best player for one game, it's not John Havlicek. So now I am 100% good with saying, you know what, we just going to exclude John Havlicek. We could consider him an honorable mention. I'm 100% fine with doing that. But just off the strength of like, he got this many, I'll leave it up to you, man. How you want to play it?
I'm going to be real with you, man. I ain't even have him in contention because like the conversation you were saying before, it's just like, even, let's just say Larry Bird and back, the Celtics. It's prime Celtics we talk about when we're saying that. But like, if you're mentioning the greatest defenders of Celtics, Bill Russell's number 1.
For sure.
Hands down. And because he dominated that era, he had to go against other bigs. Now, who was John Havlicek? Just go back to our criteria we talked about earlier. Who was John Havlicek guarding?
Elgin Baylor. I don't know, man. I can't tell you too much. Probably Dr. J. In the 70s, Dr. J. It's getting slim. George Gervin. I need to see a John Havlicek George Gervin matchup. That's going to tell me everything I need to know. That'll tell me everything. Because I feel like George Gervin, if I see one video clip of George Gervin giving John Havlicek a business, he's out. Hey, so internet, do your thing, bro. If I see one clip of John Havlicek killing, if I see one clip of George Gervin killing John Havlicek, I'm good. He off the list. He off the list. So we gonna spend this one. We gonna put this one out in the air. Give it a couple days. We gonna come back. We'll see. But for right now, he can stay honorable mention. Shout out John Havlicek.
Yeah, because like you said, it's really tough to judge that era for what it was worth, man. So out of respect, because I don't want to see him be talking too crazy. Honorable mention, man. So I can't have him 6, bro. I'm sorry. Nah. And it could just, like I said, just be the fact that we young and we don't know what we talking about. But
I lied about Tony Allen. He got 5 defensive teams. I don't know why. What was I looking at that said 1? But yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, John, we appreciate you.
thank you
We
for your
remember what you
service.
did. Thank you for your service. We remember you, my boy. Okay, so without John Havlicek, you said LeBron?
So the two people I have right here are LeBron and Bruce Bowen.
We on the same page.
Okay.
That's crazy. I also had that LeBron 6, Bruce Bowen 5.
See, we on the same tight time. So yeah. Like think about who everybody Bruce Bowen had to guard, bro. Kobe, and some more Kobe. You know, got a good
And
dosage of Kobe because
Spurs, Lakers too.
the Spurs Lakers was a big rivalry back in the day. Then you had to think about a Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter's, like whoever the top scorers were at that time. He guarded some ones, so he had a spurt of AI. He probably got some Gilbert Arenas action. So he in that range of like, oh, who you had to guard? Oh, brother, sign me up for the Bruce Bowen special because he guarding some top tier dudes. So he's like he's the originator of putting the hand in the face. Either him or Shane Bate, I can't remember, but I want to say
had the hand
Bruce.
right here.
Yeah, so Kobe was like, he couldn't stand these dudes because they like, you're taught to like go for the ball. But he's like, nah, they're going for my face because once you get to the ball to a certain point, I basically don't need to see the rim. I can't block it. So it's like at that point, you can't see the rim. It's like, oh snap, like where am I aiming now? So I want to say Bruce was the originator of that. So Kobe started training for that joint too. He was like, nah, Bruce gonna guard me this way and he's gonna bump me, he gonna put the hand in my face and to train for it. So Bruce, the anchor of the non-big defense for those Spurs teams. Timmy locking up on the inside, Bruce locking up on the outside. So that's why Bruce got to be 5. And then shout out to LeBron, man. I know somebody looking at this crazy. LeBron James should be number 1. It's like, relax, brother. Relax. He was great, which is why he's number 6. But we got some dogs in front of him, man. So I just can't. In no galaxy universe could I see him. He's not touching top 4. I'm saying that very confidently. Like he's not touching top 4. No version of LeBron is touching top 4.
For sure. The thing about defense, though, when we talk about defenders, a lot of it has to do with, is this your main thing? Is this all you did? Did you put not all you did, but did you put your all into this? This is your number 1 asset. Because the guys in the top 4, it was. Like, this is the thing, like, for us to be successful, we need this from you. And this is their roles as defenders. Like, and I think that goes a lot into it. Because, like, LeBron, of course, was a great defender. Obviously, we wouldn't even be talking about him if he wasn't. And we all remember his DPOY year he should have had, whatever, I got you. And he could guard all 5 positions. I think a lot of the guys that we finna mention have that in common, where they can guard multiple positions, obviously. But Bron had those great years as a great defender. We know about the chase down blocks and all that good stuff. That's why he in the top 10. But the guys above that, it's like, if they did not play defense as good as they were, they probably weren't in the NBA, if that's the case. Like, that's how serious it is. Like, this is what we need from you to be successful. And this is the guys that's kind of ahead of him right now. Bruce Bowen, one of them guys too. If not for how great you play defense, are you even in the NBA? Because you're still great as a player individually, but if you were an average defender, you for sure probably don't. If you're in the NBA, you probably don't start. You know what I mean? We definitely don't know who Bruce Bowen is without it because of what he did guarding those guys you mentioned, and then the other guys we're gonna mention after him, same way.
Yeah.
So,
and I even say it like this: it's like if you need a matchup, I'm gonna say this second, but if you need a matchup, and we're looking at LeBron versus Bruce, who we picking to guard KD?
Bruce.
I'm going Bruce. Like it's like who we picking to guard Tracy McGrady?
Bruce.
Kobe.
Bruce.
So that's where it comes down to that stuff. I get what people are saying, like LeBron. Let's pull back and play the basketball IQ game. If you need a matchup to stop these players at the wing position, who are we picking? LeBron's great, but his on ball defense is not on par with any of these guys that we're about to mention next. I'll say this part I held back on. If we're being real, I would probably be comfortable putting Paul George over LeBron James. We're talking about defense.
It's arguable, for sure.
So the thing that is LeBron's saving grace, which we're going to go into conversation, but he's 6th all-time in steals and 70th all-time in blocks. History plays a big role in his greatness. The chase down blocks is legend. That's a signature thing of like his mark in the game. But we're talking like top tier defense matchup for this person. I don't care if you pick Cavs LeBron or Heat LeBron. I'm not taking either one of those guys over these top 5. So Paul George is the only questionable piece of like shifting around right here, but I don't see him really being a bigger. And maybe this could be some level of nostalgia, being real, maybe some love with Bruce. But from what I remember, I'm taking Bruce over Bron. Maybe Paul George over LeBron too, but will PG only having 4th defensive teams, LeBron having 6? You don't get handouts for being on defense, bro. You earn what you get on defense. So
100%.
And the thing too, Bron isn't just, he only has 1 second team out of the 6. So 5 of his 6 are first team. So that's what kind of bumps him for me over PG. But we're talking prime on prime, needed matchup for this game. That's a conversation where I could have. Maybe I'll take PG over him. But the saving grace is a little bit more. It's kind of like, would you want to have PG who can guard 1 through 3, 4-ish? LeBron who can guard some 5s. Like I don't see him guarding Jokic for a game or Embiid. So I'll say more so 4.
But he can contain a 5-man.
Yeah. So, hey, we need you for this quarter to guard one of them 2. Okay. All right. Versus 4 men. Okay, cool. We got you there. Some 2s. Sure. Some 1s. Sure. Versus PG, it's like 1 through 4. I feel confident in. 5s, because he ain't got the mass like that. So it's like you probably taking that L. But he's a smart enough defender to still figure something out. So that's where I might have talked myself into it, bro. I might take PG over Bron.
No, give me Bron. I can't lie. Give me Bron. I can't
know,
lie.
Man.
It's debatable, but in my mind, give me Bron. Because I take that size and that strength over that. Now, some guys are very much specialists in this defensive stuff because obviously LeBron's bigger than Bruce Bowen also. But Bruce kind of have it down to a science. I think Bron more so is like, I'm going to take Bron because when Bron put his all in the defense, he can for sure lock something up. Like, for sure. But he didn't always do that, obviously. But when he want to, he'll lock something up. So if I was to be like, hey, Bron, let's say, whatever, we got Kobe and whatever, T-Mac on the team. I need you to lock up the other guy. We don't even want you to be thinking, we don't even want you to have to score the points. You know what I mean? And if I told Bron that, I feel like he could be one of them guys we just said. But as far as what we saw from Bron, and when he wanted to, he guarded. But then after that, it was like, okay, I need to kind of pace myself. Because Bron had so many times he was doing so much of everything.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, one of y'all go guard that guy. You know what I mean? And maybe I get him in the 4th, whatever. Which I ain't mad at. I'm not mad at it at all. But I'm going to take Bron over Paul George because Bron do got that muscle mass on him. He can guard 1 through 5. I saw Bron guard a D Rose at one point in time. I saw Bron guard Joakim Noah. Like, I saw Bron guard a lot of guys. I seen Paul George guard LeBron. So that's kind of where it come down to it for me. I'm like, okay, the versatility ain't the same. That's what I most remember Paul George for, is guarding LeBron. And he did his thing. He held his own. I think that made a name for
Oh,
him more so than anything.
but you got to think, man, more recent Paul George, like
Still a good
Clippers
defender.
Paul George. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's tough to say what his prime is defensively because early Pacers years, he was known to be a defender, but then he shifted to become both sides. You know, there was a
Mm-hmm.
talk of who you taking, him or Kawhi. We don't know. Now we understand where that lies, but there was a point where Paul George offense caught up with his defense. And it's
Yeah,
like,
for
okay.
sure.
Then his offense overtook his defense. And we're like, oh snap, all-star Paul George and this level Paul George, possibly top in his position as a top shooting guard, Paul George, top one of the wings, you know what I mean? Had a conversation about him. So like Clippers Paul George has the muscle with the footwork and athleticism and the hands and the positioning, all this stuff. So that's why I say 1 through 4 Paul George, I feel very confident in him saying, go guard a Ja Morant, go guard a Westbrook. I wouldn't want him to guard Curry, but I feel like he could guard a Curry around the screens and stuff. AI, D-Rose for a game. Now, do I feel as confident with LeBron with that matchup? No. But I feel more confident with LeBron guarding the fives than I would a Paul George. So it's like that position is like the give or take of me. So like PGs can guard more ones versus LeBron can guard more fives. Because 2 to 3, I feel fairly confident in both of them. So now it's like, do you have the preference of the ones or the fives? So the modern era, give me a Paul George because we got to guard the Dames and the Stephs and the Trey Youngs, John Morants. We have to deal with that more. If we're going with the mid-10s, give me Bron because you got a little bit more bigs to worry about. So this one's a toss-up, man. So
Yeah, we got him at
we can
7-6.
yeah. So I ain't gonna fight about it, man. That ain't that deep for me. So now the nitty-gritty, man. We get into the creme de la creme of all-time wing defenders.
Okay, I feel like we gonna agree about most of these things. Who you got number 4?
Draymond Green.
Come on, dog. We in here, man. Give me Draymond, number 4. Draymond Green, DPOY, 9-time all defensive team, 5 first team, 4 second team. Just got one last year, all defensive team. Give me Draymond. Yeah, bro. I knew we was gonna agree. I knew. Because when you have Paul George and LeBron and Bruce Bowen 6'5", I was like, okay, we might be thinking alike right here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, give me Draymond number 4.
Yeah, and this is on one hand it feels weird to have him this low, but then you look at 1, 2, and 3. It's like I don't know if he's taking that spot. I can't see him taking those spots. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you pull it away and be like, oh, I have Dray. If I made a post that said Draymond's number 4, I'd be kind of looking weird. It's like, bro, what you talking about? Draymond number 4? But then looking at the list, it's like, whose spot is he taking? I'm like, that's a fair fight, man. Like, I understand where it's coming from, man. So now I will say 2 and 3 are very tough for me. But for number 3, I have Ron Artest.
I got Kawhi Leonard.
This one, I got Kawhi too, but I'm not mad at you. That's what I'm saying. I can, like, if you said, hey, you tripping right now, put Ron 2. I'm like, hey, brother, you right. I am tripping. Put Ron 2.
Hey, brother, you right. I got Kawhi 3, Ron 2. But like you said, it's kind of a toss-up. Only thing I can agree with you, maybe because Ron could be 3 and Kawhi can be 2 because Kawhi got a DPOY and Ron does not. But
no, Ron does. Hold on.
Oh,
Ron got a DPOY.
Ron does?
Yeah.
My fault.
He won 03-04 with Indy.
My fault. Yeah. What I was gonna say, my point still stands. What I was gonna say, I feel like he would have more if not for the Malice in the Palace.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's his number one thing. Kawhi, but there's an argument Kawhi could have more if he played. He could have more awards. But I blame that on Kawhi. Like, I mean, injuries are real. I'm not trying, but the load management, he could definitely play more than he has been. You understand. Ron did it to himself also with the Malice in the Palace. But without that and the league blackballing him a little bit, he for sure would have more awards. For sure. More DPOIs, probably more all defensive teams, everything. Just off the strength of that. Because let me see. I don't even know how many all defensive teams he has.
He has 4 all defensive teams.
Yeah, for sure he would have more. For sure. I think but he missed the whole season after the Malice. 2 seasons, basically. And then, he still was a great defender for some years, but I think the league really blackballed Ron into, nah, bro, we don't even want your name to be out like that.
Yeah.
I get it, bro. I get that 100%. I mean, is it cool? No. But in my opinion, I feel like Ron gives more DPOIs and more all defensive teams. At least one more DPOY, at least.
I think, okay. Like I said, I ain't put too much heavy thought into it. Here's the reason why I'll take Ron over Kawhi. I think Ron is a better team defender than Kawhi is. Because Kawhi is mainly on ball and direct help side great. Or if he's not by the ball, I think Ron is more effective than that. So the way Draymond it can blow up plays, I think Ron has that in him too. And Kawhi's if I'm not near the ball, I'm almost I don't know anything of Kawhi being great off the ball like that. So it's primarily I'm locking up my matchup and I'm giving you the hands. You just in my containment unit. You're not going anywhere. Next best thing with him is okay, I have Paul George guarding the ball and I'm sending him to my side and I'm going to get my hand in there for the steal and we're going the other way. Put Paul George anywhere else, I don't know how effective he is. I don't know how much he rotates that well, but I think Ron has a little, yeah. Kawhi, my fault.
You said Paul George.
Yeah. So I don't know how much Kawhi rotates like that off the ball. Does Kawhi have any charges off ball like that? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I could bump a Ron. I mean, I don't say Ron, a Metta World Peace over Kawhi right here. Even though he has the 2-time DPOY. So let's go Metta World Peace too, man. Let's bump him up to 2.
Let's do it. Ron, Metta World Peace at 2. And to throw something in on Kawhi, I think Kawhi is very scary to have in the gaps. If you understand what I mean. If I'm at the top of the key and he's on my right side, guarding that guy on that wing, I might not drive that way.
I'm going left.
Yeah, I'm going left. Because Kawhi really good at getting that hand in when you drive. And he's so strong. But guys talk about all the time, his hands are so big, he's so strong. If he get a hand on the ball, he pretty much stopping you. Either he going to take it or you're not going nowhere. He's not letting go of the ball. And I think that's really a really underrated thing, being a great gaps guy, because it really deters guys from driving this side. And if I'm on your right side, you right-handed, that's a big thing. You know what I mean? That means something. But he's got a lot of steals that way. But still, like you said, give me Metta World Peace number 2, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's doing much better mentally. I throw that in there also. I wish things could have went different for him, man. You know what I mean? That Malice in the Palace, not to get off on a tangent, but that really hurt a lot of guys' careers. Because that was a year they had a chance of really making a run to the finals, the Indiana Pacers. And then who knows what happens, you know what I mean? Reggie Miller could have a championship right now. The city of Indiana could have a championship. The Pacers don't even have a ring in their history. could have had one. Meta and Steven Jackson's careers, they were solid players. Could have been more all-stars, all defensive teams, whatever. Something of that nature. Jermaine O'Neal could have a championship right now. And this is all speculation, obviously. I'm for that Pacers team, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then like how much differently do we look at all those guys if they win a championship? And if they don't, even if they don't win the championship, if they don't get blackballed for that one season, for that one moment. Because so much happened out of that. Like Steven Jackson, Ron Artest, those guys, they missed like a whole 2 seasons, basically. So much could have been different. And the league would not have been blackballing them, not allowing them, not selecting them for different awards and stuff. So just to throw that out there, man, I wish it could have been different. But
yeah, man.
it's
It
history.
sucked to see that. Yeah, it sucked to see that, man. But Ron was a different dude, man. What Meta World Peace, bro? He was built totally different. Like he was the way James Harden is in post defense, Ron is like that, but probably on more steroids. Because Ron is like he studies defense, he knows defense, and so Ron is just like low post defense crazy, perimeter defense crazy, the footwork to stay in front of Kobe's and all those guys, the strength to be able to guard post and the bigger wings. Like he could probably LeBron up until second calf stint probably gets locked up by Meta World Peace.
It'd be hard for sure.
Yeah, like second calf stint, LeBron got even more skilled. He got perimeter game a little bit stronger. So I think the Heat one is tough, but man, Meto's he's just strong. He built like that too. So if he tried to back him down, it's like, man, you better have some skill with this post work because you just run into a wall, bro. Like we here. You're gonna have to like truly overpower me, which is gonna be tough to do because the low body strength is crazy. So you're gonna have to skill your way through this position right now. And LeBron was so forceful at that point and all the fast breaking stuff. He's trying to either big boy you or out athletize you. And you can't pull that on run. So that's why I say probably into that second calf stint, I think he locks him up or like really does a good number on him to be like, hey, you averaging 30, tonight you getting 20, 18. Or if you get your 30, you're finna come off 40 shots because you're just not finna do that against me. So to do a Kobe, LeBron, Kate, like all these dudes, bro. Like once again, if we're drafting, who we want to have locking somebody up, Ron's is near. If the first player is not available, who we have on our list, Ron's probably that next call for me being like, hey, you need to stop. Hey, my boy, we got a game, Space Jam number 3 on the line. We need you to lock up whoever it is. Ron be like, hey, man, just let me know when and where, brother. I got you. And he locking somebody up.
Wake up out the bed, ready to play defense, man. Yeah, man.
So,
and Ron had the strength to really deal with Bron, somebody like Bron too. And Kawhi, I know Kawhi got a Finals MVP, and people say it's for guarding LeBron. I think it's for more than that. But Kawhi made it tough for Miami LeBron, but I wouldn't even say he locked them up. We're just thinking about that Finals and remembering how I remember it. I wouldn't say he locked him up. And I'm not saying Ron would just lock him up, but I think it would be similar, like he making it tough. But Ron got that strength. Ron's strong, different strong. Kawhi's very strong too, but I think Ron got the muscle to really handle a guy like LeBron one-on-one like that. You know what I mean? But I'm glad we can agree. Ron Artest number 2. Is there anything else you want to get out before we move on to who number 1 is? I feel like we agree.
yeah. So, okay, let's have this conversation since we agree. Artest or Meta World Peace is number 2. Is there a world where Draymond leaps into the top 3? Did you take Kawhi's spot?
I think it's debatable. If somebody wanted to debate Draymond over Kawhi, I think it's debatable. But the thing about it is, I feel like we put so much more stock in guarding wings than we do forwards and bigs. And Draymond is like, I'm not going to put a Draymond on a guard. You know what I mean? But what he does team defensively, similar to like a Kevin Garnett, is almost just as important. But at the end of the day, I got to put stock in who can get him your stop one-on-one. Because that's kind of like the basis of basketball. Who can I put on this guy to make sure he doesn't get a bucket? And Draymond is not going to be that guy in every situation. But he's so great of a team defender, it elevates him into that top 5 like he is now. But Kawhi, Ron, guys like that, those are guys that will give me a stop. Like stop those are guys who will stop a guy. And that is the basis of like how great a defender you really are. Can you stop the other guy? At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. That's what I need. I need to stop. Can you stop this guy? And I'm taking Kawhi and Ron Artest over Draymond in that situation. Now, team defensively, obviously Draymond does what he does. He brings that piece to his teams. And that's something. That's why he's in the top 5. And he is a good one-on-one defender when it comes to people he can guard. But I'm not going to put a Draymond on a guard. I'm not going to put a Draymond on a great wing scorer like a LeBron or a Paul George or somebody like that. I don't think I would put Draymond on those guys. Matter of fact, I don't think I want Draymond guarding anybody that's going to be putting them in a pick and roll. I don't think I want that. I want Draymond to be the guy guarding the screener, not the ball handler, because he's a great team defender. Give me a guy like a Kawhi or a Ron to get skinny and fight over the screen or muscle through the screen, whatever, or get whatever he got to do to get through the screen and pick you up on the other side. I think those are the guys like I want. So,
all right,
that's why I wouldn't do that.
Okay, let me ask you this then: if we're building a defense and you're starting from scratch, like we have no defense at all, are you starting with Draymond or Kawhi? Because I feel like they're kind of opposite of each other. Like, where Draymond lacks in, I can't even say that because I feel like he's. Now I'll stick more defense. So like, when he lacks in like individual defense, he's 10xing that in team defense. But Kawhi's the opposite, to where individual defense A+, team defense B, C. But I think Draymond is a better individual defender than Kawhi as a team defender. So, like, if we're saying team defender A and Draymond, individual defender A, Kawhi, those cancel each other out. So we're not even talking about that now. So if we're saying individual defender team defender Kawhi versus individual defender Draymond, I think Draymond is a little bit better in team defense.
So this is my thing. I think you overrate a little bit Draymond's one-on-one defense. So individual defense, I think I'm gonna go Kawhi A+, Draymond A-, B+, somewhere in there, right? A-. Yes. I think Draymond, you put Draymond on another power forward, A+. You put Draymond on a wing, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I can put Kawhi on anybody. Probably not a 5-man that's trying to score like a Embiid Jokic, but like who can guard them guys? But I can put Kawhi on anybody, I feel like. Like, I would feel okay putting Kawhi on like a John Morant. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put him on Steph Curry and have him running around screens, but somebody like a John Morant, somebody like a De'Aaron Fox, guys like that, Kawhi Leonard, yes. Draymond, no. That's my thing. So that's a big piece of it for me. How many guys can I really put you on? How many positions can you really guard? And you can say Draymond can guard 1 through 5. And yes, but no. Because do I think he's just going to get killed if I put him on somebody like that? No. But I also don't want Draymond guarding the ball handler and pick and rolls. I want Draymond being the guy guarding the screener. And to the average person, that might not mean a lot, but that means everything sometimes on defense. Yeah. Draymond's so good at that part of the game. I don't want him to be the one guarding the ball handler, and now we just switching or something. You know what I mean? Because I don't trust Draymond to fight through no screens, stuff like that. That's just not how he's built. That's not things he's doing. But guys like Kawhi and that we have over him, they can do that. So that's why I say Kawhi Leonard, individual defense, like an A+. Draymond, A-, because of that part of it. Guarding his position, he can be an A+. But then team defense, I think Kawhi Leonard's still an A. Because, like I said, you're not trying to drive Kawhi Leonard's side. If he in the gap, you don't want to go that way.
But it's more
And
to it than just that, though.
Yeah, but I don't know how much Kawhi really talks on defense and all that good stuff. That might be something that hurts him.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, if you think about everything you do for your team defense, bro. I can put, no shade when I'm saying this, but I can put Draymond and replace what you do versus Kawhi.
It's not
like,
hurting me. It's not hurting my feelings at all. No, like Draymond Green do what I do. Yeah, I probably would say that also.
And so we look at Kawhi and replace that. The defense looks totally different now. So yes, the idea of locking this player up goes a lot higher, but in terms of the defensive impact of losing a Draymond helps the weak. Like, I hate throwing Steph Curry under the bus like this, but a Steph Curry lost on the island because Kawhi's out there and he getting busted up on screens. That's not happening with Draymond because I'm communicating all this stuff. Hey, when this happens, you do that. Like the way LeBron told Shump, it's like, hey, bro, if he turns his head, go. That's Draymond on defense. Like, he's arguably the best team defender outside of probably number one on this list of orchestrating defense like that. So that's where I put his team defense just as high as Kawhi's individual. So I think those really cancel each other out. He's that genius of, like, the defense flows a whole different way when I'm on the floor communicating, talking, moving pieces. Like, hey, y'all switch this matchup. They finish in the down screen. You go up there, and if y'all do that, try to jam him. But if he does that, play him downhill. But if he gets over, switch that. But stunt this way so you can get back and whatever the communication is. Draymond's taking that over. Versus Kawhi's like, yes, on ball and yes, gaps. But outside of that, is the defense really being impacted more than what Draymond does? Like, Draymond's on ball, if he really broke it down and said, hey, we got Iggy, we got Clay to help out with the team. You tell them what they need to do for the most part. Iggy can have his back. So Draymond on ball, we seen him do stuff. We seen him lock up Jokic for that last play. We seen him put pockets of LeBron. We seen him go against other bigs. So is his individual defense better or worse than Kawhi's team defense? And I think it is.
I mean, like I said, it's debatable. We could go round and round in circles, but I'm going to take the better individual defender in this case because he's not a bad team defender.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm taking the individual defense because, like I said, Draymond's team defense. Also, his team defense is such a big help because Steph is not a great defender. Clay can guard, but when you playing that small ball version of basketball that they've been playing in Golden State, he's the key. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a big deal, obviously. But would that always work somewhere else? And that's kind of the thing when it comes to Draymond. Mm-hmm. We will never know because he's never going to play somewhere other than Golden State. And we've never seen it. But would that work everywhere else? We don't know. We know Kawhi works everywhere. We've seen it on 3 different teams. And that individual defense is going to always translate to being a good defender on wherever you play. Because at the end of the day, you need defense. You have to guard. It's going to always be 5 guys. You know what I mean? So it's like comparing a great cornerback in football to a great linebacker. It's hard to say who's better. You know what I mean? But it just depends on the defense that I have or the guys that I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can agree to disagree if you think that. But like I said, it's debatable, but I'm going to always take that individual. So give me Kawhi Leonard over Draymond still for this list. So Draymond going to stay focused. He's still top 5. We still love you, Dre.
Yeah, like at this point, we're getting into like the nitty gritty of the great of the great. So it's like,
for sure, it's
all A+ defenders. It's just now you got to knick-knack over stuff, and it's like people make it seem like we're saying, oh, that's sound like you saying Draymond can't defend one-on-one, and like I'm saying Kawhi can't play team defense. Like, no, bro, we have to nitpick. Somebody got to be better than the other one, and so that's kind of what it gets down to. So without further ado, you feel me? So without further ado, man, I'll let you take number 1. for our list of the best wing defenders.
All right, brother. Number one, best defensive wing of all time, as stated by the BeBall Jones podcast. Give us Scottie Pippen. Because Scottie, one of them guys that in the era that he played in, to be the guy that they say, hey, we need you to go take this guy or guard him, whoever him might have been, he might have had it tough, the toughest at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it led to the most success.
Mm-hmm.
So that can never be discounted or underrated. Scottie Pippen, 10 total All-NBA teams, 8 All-NBA first teams, 2 second teams. 8 All-NBA first teams. Nobody got more except Kobe Bryant with 9, Kevin Garnett with 9. Tim Duncan also has 8 first teams. Mm-hmm. But nobody got more All-NBA or All-Defensive first teams than or only those 2 guys got more All-Defensive first teams than Scottie Pippen. And Pip having a guard like a Magic Johnson or a Clyde Drexler or who you name it, bro. Like in the 90s, playing Smash Mouth, hard nosed, I was going to say football, basketball. Pip was just one of them guys built different, built for it because I feel like they raised Pip to do that. You know what I mean? In a way. Raised him from a baby deer. Like, come on, Pip, we need you. You're going to be the guy to give Mike a break.
Yeah.
We need you to take these assignments because we need Mike to put these to get these buckets, man. You gonna get you some buckets too. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
But we need you on this end, and it led to literally the most success out of anybody on this list when it comes to his defense and what he did on that side of the ball. Literally led to the most success. So give me Pip number 1, man. He deserves.
I think what makes Pip so special is when we talk guarding 1 through 5, he's, for me personally, one of the few people I can confidently, sincerely say 1 through 5. And this is 90s basketball and today's basketball. Everybody else on this list, I don't feel as confident in. It's like I had to have a caveat for LeBron. I had to have a caveat for Iggy or PG, whoever. Scottie Pippen is the one who I can say, hey, go guard John Stockton, first quarter, fourth quarter, guard Karl Malone, and we're good with that. I can say, hey, we're guarding the Rockets. Go guard Kenny Smith or Vernon Maxwell, finish the game guarding Hakeem Olajuwon, and we're rocking with that. Go guard Kobe, then go guard Shaq, and we're good with that. Kawhi, as great as he is, I can't put him above Pip. Metta World Peace, as great as he was, I can't put him above Pip. Pip is the only person I feel let me double check before I say this. Yes, he is the only person on this list who I can say without any hesitation can guard point guard through center in 90s basketball and today's basketball. That alone makes you a great defender, let alone his IQ, his athleticism, let alone his physicality. Like he was young, Pip, like you said, like a young little deer just prancing around on the court. And hey, man, we bulking up, put some weight on to handle the bad boys' business. No worries. Go guard Isaiah. Cool. Go guard Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer, Joe Dumars. All right, cool. So Pip, he the one. Like, I don't care what nobody say, bro. He's the one for me. There's nobody that I can see right now taking Pip's spot. And then he was like 6'8", 6'9", bro. Like, that's another contending piece of what added to his greatness, because if somebody's 6'5", those 3 inches make a big difference between guarding 1 through 3, 1 through 4, and 1 through 5. Him having however long his wingspan was makes a big impact when guarding those 5s. So, man, Pip number 1, bro. Like, that was the easiest part. Like, I ain't finna play around with, like, can run on no, Metta World Peace ain't up there, bro. Like,
love you though.
Yeah, it's Pip, man. So,
and
Pip
honestly,
number 1, man.
Pip number one. And honestly, I'm kind of mad Pip don't got a DPOY.
Bruh, that blow me. When we doing this, I was like, Pippen got a DPOY? Come on,
Kind
man.
of blows me he don't got a DPOY. Because when you look at it, bro, like I said, he got 8 defensive first teams. Throughout the 90s, started from 90-91 season, he was second team, first 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 team, second team. So from 90-91 to 99-2000, every year he was on that all defensive team. Literally every year. And so when I look at that, I'm like, there's no way there was not a singular year he was a DPOY.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man.
We uncovered some truth about David Robinson. What year was that? He should have had one. Was it Mutombo year?
Yeah, they gave it to Mutombo.
Yeah, one of them years. So this is me speaking out of ignorance. Take that 98, 99 and get that one to Pip, man. Like
Yeah,
hey,
man,
I don't know.
mad at him.
And maybe one of Mutombo's ones, man. I don't know if he deserved 4 of them things, bro. Shout out to Mutombo, don't get me wrong, but Pip can't get 1 and Mutombo got 4.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man,
Because I'm looking at it now.
If we picking defenders, bro, all I'm gonna say is somebody who got 4 looking a little short when we talking about drafting defenders. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Oh God. On everything. Yeah, bro. I'm looking at the 90s, they gave it to from 90-91 to 99-2000, it was Dennis Rodman, David Robinson, Hakeem, Mutombo, Gary Payton, Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Snatch one on from Zoe. Pip deserve one.
Pip deserve one, man. I don't care which one. Give him one. I don't care which one you give him.
So take one from Zoe, take one from Dikembe. Dikembe should really have 2 according to our books, because get one on.
We be doing Dikembe Mutombo bad, man.
Hey, man, take one on, get a David Robinson. Take the other one and get to Scottie, and take one of Alonzo Mourning's. But I'll take both of them. I don't know. This is, once again, just me speaking. But we rewriting history at this point, bro. So Pip should have one on, man. That's crazy. Him and Timmy should have one.
Him and Timmy. If there was a guy that deserves a DPOY, him and Timmy definitely missing one out their trophy case. And I'm sure if you asked them about it, they probably say the same thing. But Jeff Teague. You see what Jeff Teague was talking about Kobe, and he said, after you win a couple of defensive, all defensive teams, they just keep giving them to you. They don't really drift away from them. Did you ever see that when he said that?
No, I see that one.
Oh man, I don't want to get too far into it, but basically they was talking about Kobe and all defensive teams, and he was like, "Yeah, after you win like 2 all defensive teams, they just keep giving them to you." Like they don't really think about it. And I don't know how much he was joking or not. He might have been dead serious. Because with T, you can't ever really tell when he's joking or not. I think there was a little bit of truth in it, even though he was playing a little bit. But he basically was like, yeah, once you win 2 or 3, they just gonna keep giving them to you. Because as long as you playing, you might not even have the stats for it. They just gonna keep giving them to you because they it's like whatever, bro. He's still in the league. He's still obviously a good defender. Give him the all defensive team. So, which I mean, honestly, when you think about it, there's probably some truth in that because it's like a lot of guys got all defensive teams in a row just like that, and they're great defenders. We know they're great defenders, but when he says that, it makes you think like they probably was just like, yeah, just get the Pip again. They probably had that DPOY like, just get him a tumble. Who led the league in blocks? Yeah, just get it to him again. Yep. Just get it to him again. But I feel like there wasn't really much of a thought process for real. Now, when it comes to that MVP and stuff like that, all NBA, they gonna sit down and think about that. But defense, DPOY, they probably like, who let the league in blocks? Yeah, get it.
Yep.
You get it.
Yep.
All defensive team, who we want? Lou Dort, how many games Lou Dort played? 76? Put him in there. Jaren Jackson Jr. He played 70 games. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
What about Jared Allen? He ain't playing no.
Yep.
All right, hold on. They probably get to look at it. All right, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I could believe they be doing that, bro. How many games you say he played? 65.
Yep.
Oh, they start looking stuff. Oh my God.
Man. Yeah, so we've crowned Scottie Pippen best wing defender. So running through our top 10. Andre Iguodala, number 10. Julius Erving, Dr. J, number 9. Jimmy Butler, number 8. Paul George is number 7. LeBron James is number 6. Bruce Bowen is number 5. Draymond Green, number 4. Kawhi Leonard, number 3. Ron Artest, Metta World Peace is number 2. And being crowned king, number 1, Scottie Pippen. Yeah, man. That was a good one, though, man.
For sure, man. Shout out to Pip. We love you over here at the BeBall Jones podcast. We believe you should have a DPOI. There's some guys that shouldn't, but not that they shouldn't. They should just have lists.
Yeah.
They should just have lists. So shout out to Pip, man. And shout out to the rest of the guys who made the list. We believe y'all are some of the best defensive players to ever walk the earth. I would hate for you to guard me. So that means everything in my book.
Hey. So let us know, man, if the list tripping. Should Larry Bird be in the top 10? Should AK-47 be up there off the nickname alone? You know what I mean? Like Sean Marion, Matrix. Hey, that might be an episode right there, man. The best nickname list, he up there. So should Sean Marion be higher? Just because he ain't got no teams, it's kind of hard to put you on the list when we got 8-time first teams. And it's like, should he be on the same? Nah, he can't be. So it's tough, man. Should Iggy be higher or lower? Is PG a better defender than LeBron James? We gotta let y'all decide on that, man. Who y'all taking? You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to have somebody locking up. You building your defense, you going with PG or you going with LeBron? And then the second debate we had is like, are you going to take Draymond Green or Kawhi Leonard? Who you being defense around? So I think those are 2 debates we really came out with this episode with. But comment below, man. Let us know what y'all think. And if y'all watching, bro, y'all show it on social media, man. Take a little screenshot, take a picture of the laptop or TV. Tag the BeBall Jones podcast. Tag him. Let us know, man. Show some love. But anything else you want to say for the people before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all for sticking around. Let us know if you think we tripping. I'm really interested to see like who y'all think the better defender, LeBron or Paul George, when they want to play defense at their primes. In their primes, who is the better defender? Because right now, neither one of them in their prime. So y'all let me know. I'm interested to see what people say about that. So, but yeah, man, appreciate y'all for sticking around. Appreciate y'all listening. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Hey, you seen the pictures they be posting that with Paul George? They're like, hey, the washed up the player pose. Man,
yes, bro. I hate it, bro. Not my guy.
Oh man, him and Zion both in them, and it's like, come on, bro, come on.
Hey, bro. Hey, I hate, bro, the players of my childhood really getting over our childhood because it doesn't help that they all on new teams and stuff. Everybody except for like Steph and Draymond, I guess. All our like childhood superstars either already retired or they on new teams, and it's starting to have that like Patrick Ewing on the Spurs field, or the who else? Tony Parker on the Charlotte Hornets. It's starting to have that kind of feel to it. So I hope these guys kind of hoop out a little bit. Like KD on the Rockets, I feel like KD gonna hoop. I hope Paul George got something in the tank, get something going. Kevin Love is on the Utah Jazz, for crying out loud. Like, For God's sakes, please, y'all. Like, just get one more good season because I don't want them to be talking about y'all like that, man. Y'all not Patrick Ewing on the Spurs or Hakeem on the Raptors. Y'all not one of them guys, man. Please, bro. Please, for me, don't let the internet have this. Just have one more good year and retire, and I'm cool. Because I just don't want y'all to go outside. That's all.
Yeah, man. So, dang, bro. We're gonna have an episode for our farewells of our childhood heroes, bro. It's getting to that point, man.
Bro. Please,
dang,
bro.
Man.
Don't let the internet win. Just have a good season, bro. Paul is really the one for me because Bron gonna be Bron. KD, I feel like is good. Steph still good. Those guys gonna be straight. Paul George, just have one decent year, bro. I just want you to be healthy, make it through the season, play a decent amount of games. If you bounce down the first round of playoffs or whatever, don't make the playoffs. Cool. I ain't even tripping about the team success because it's like Joel Embiid still down there. He might not be ever healthy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to hoop a little bit. You can average a little 18 and 7, 20, like somewhere there, like to where we know, like, all right, Paul George still Paul George.
Yeah.
That's enough for me. I just don't want them to be like you said, the watch player post, stuff like that. Don't let the internet have it. Please. You was my guy, bro.
Yeah.
I would root for you.
Westbrook too, man. Get my boy
Westbrook
on the
too.
team, man.
Yeah, for sure. Give Rivers on the team. I think the Rockets might pick him up, honestly. I know that it's late.
Yeah.
And the KD Russ thing, obviously, is but I think they could use him now that Fred VanVleet out, honestly. He come on the bench and do something.
Man, the Rockets trying to be OKC pick him up, man. He got all the crumbs OKC dropped off. You had Harden. Now you got KD. You might be picking up Russ. So
they had Russ already before with James Harden.
But I'm saying like they finna pair him up now. So it's like, hey, he's picking up all the last little OKC
and they got
bits.
Steven Adams.
And he got Steven. See, man.
Yeah.
Did they have was Serge Ibaka with them? No, he's with the Raptors. Never mind.
Nah, yeah. But technically, they had a whole Thunder dang near starting five at one point. Now, Steven Adams never played with. Yeah, Chris Paul was there, but Chris Paul was with the Rockets before the Thunder. They traded him to the Thunder. But still, though, a lot of similar guys on the same team. But, nah, that's funny. But, yeah, man, that's it, bro. Whatever. Scottie Pippen, appreciate you.
Yeah, man. So, last episode, we crowned Big Man. Pretty sure I know how that went. If not, go watch it. This episode, we did Wings. We crowned Pip. It's only one position left, man. You got to get down to the nitty-gritty of the guards. Now, this one, I think it's going to be just as tough as the bigs, but for different reasons. So,
yeah, for different reasons, but yeah. It's not going to get tough until the top, honestly.
Yeah, because the big was tough, like, at 16 versus guards is like, to like the top 5, maybe top 6. It's going to be a big fight. So, yeah, so stay tuned for that one. Make sure you subscribe because that will be dropping after this one, man. But without further ado, appreciate you. See y'all next episode, man.